Okay, welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 6 o'clock. And I'd like to call on Belinda to read the Indigenous land acknowledgement.
The Council of the Corporation of the Township of Hornepayne would like to begin by respectfully acknowledging that the land on which we gather here today is the Treaty 9, 1905-1906 territory, the traditional lands of Indigenous peoples. As we work towards reconciliation, may we all live with respect on this land and live in peace and friendship with all its diverse peoples.
Thank you, Belinda. Review and note any changes to the agenda. Is there any to be, and that we know? Okay. Can I have approval of agenda? Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Belinda, second by Pete. Be it resolved, the council does hereby approve the agenda as presented. All in favor? Carried. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting going here. Declaration of pecuniary interest and declaration of conflict of interest. None. There's none being tonight. Adoption of minutes. We have any questions or concerns? But everybody read the minutes, I take it? Any additions? No. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Pete, second by Belinda. Be it resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Hornepayne does hereby adopt the following minutes as distributed. The regular meeting of council held Thursday, April 16th, 2026, and the regular meeting of council held on Thursday, April 30th, 2026. All in favor? Carried. Departmental reports. Resolution recommendation.
Motion seconder.
Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Drago, second by Belinda. Be it resolved, the council does hereby acknowledge the receipt of the departmental reports provided at the regular meeting of council held on Thursday, May 14th, 2026. CAA report.
I have an addition to my report. Sorry, at 18 Becker Road, we've been working with the lawyers to finalize that sale. And there is an old right-of-way in the middle of that property. We've spoken about it before. And we've been waiting to get a PIN number on it. So we have that PIN number. So, pardon me. So today I posted a notice. A notice is hereby given pursuant to Section 34 of the Municipal Act. That Council for the Corporation and Township of Hornepayne will consider a bylaw at its meeting to be held at 6 p.m. on May 28th, 2026 in Council Chambers at 68 Front Street. To pass a bylaw to stop up, close, and convey the following described highways or parts of highways. Part of the original road allowance being Part 3 on Plan AR 323, Township of Hornepayne, District of Algoma, together with the associated PIN assigned through the parcel register and document general, registered on April 26th. In April 26th, municipally known as 18 Becker Road, Hornepayne. Any person or their council solicitor or agent who claims that their lands will be prejudicially affected pardon me, by the actions proposed in this notice must submit their comments or objections in writing and email to the Chief Administrative Officer at cao@hornepayne.ca or by mail to Township of Hornepayne. Attention, Chief Administrative Officer, 68 Front Street, P.O. Box 370, Hornepayne, Ontario, POM 1ZO. Submissions must be received no later than noon on May 28th. This is just to be able to close that off. It's a section of road in the middle of that property. It doesn't connect to any road. I think it was an old horse trail to be able to take your horse and buggy down to the river, which is no longer necessary, so that we can finalize that sale. So I'm not expecting to receive anything, but we have to give 2 weeks public notice before we close it off.
Okay, thank you.
So other than that, if there's any questions, regarding my report. I don't have it in front of me, so I won't review it.
Yes. Go ahead, Jacob.
When will be the grant you applied for $60,000, with pavilion washrooms, that when would be, know that you're denied or accepted? Would you know that?
I have no idea, but I believe in the budget that we plan to take that money either out of reserves or taxation. The grant would be a bonus, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
So you have no idea when the grant will be approved or disapproved?
No,
Okay.
it'll be before next April, because that's the deadline for us to spend it, so that much I know, but they don't give you a lot of notice.
Okay,
so.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Jago. Any other questions for the CAO? Okay. Thank you, Manuela.
You're welcome.
We'll move forward to the CFO report.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, if I could have one question.
Sorry.
That's all right. I just noticed that in the report, it talked about Canada Post and there was some complaints received about Canada Post closures. We should have some internal documents on that. We've discussed that before at council. And Canada Post is usually available at AMO in the trade show. So we could possibly meet in person with someone there as well.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any other questions on the CAO report? There being none, if we could move to the CFO report. Cindy, do you have anything to?
I just wanted to make a comment on the slide I added related to how the tax rate affects taxpayers, because we had, excuse me, last time when we talked about the budget, it was direction from council to do what we could to reduce the arena project and the long-term debt costs related to that. So having done that, and you saw some of that in the CAO report, we brought the budget down on that project, and it affects the initial tax rate increase that we were looking at. It does bring it down from, excuse me, 5.2% to 4.7% in the levy. And that results in an overall tax rate increase of 0.25%, a quarter of a percent. And it shows on the slide that for a $100,000 assessment, you'd have an extra $250 in taxes this year due to that increase.
Okay. So that 250 was 276. That was before we made the adjustments, right? Thank you.
and that's based on $100,000 of assessment?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That was my question, by the way, but you answered it. Any other questions for the CFO?
Mayor Ford.
Oh, Mayor Ford, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I was wondering if the questions, I had submitted 4 questions to our budget ahead of time, and I was just wondering if those are ever going to be answered publicly. And I'm concerned because the one was about, in the past, we had talked about applying to Trillium for fencing for the ball field or some sort of measures there so that we could continue forward progress on that project. So that's my question.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't realize we hadn't addressed all of your questions so far. I assume that was in an email you would have sent?
Yeah, there was an email with 4, I believe there was 4 questions.
I don't have that right in front of me, but I can certainly address it at the next meeting or send you an email after that.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
that works for me in an email, and then we can address it publicly at our next meeting for sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Manuel.
I think we do have, though, the bylaws to adopt the budget at tonight's meeting. Are you requesting that we hold off on that, or until those 4 are publicly answered, or can we move ahead?
I'm not opposed to moving ahead.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the CFO? I hear none, so if we can move on to the clerk. Okay,
I have nothing to add, but I can take questions.
skip through here again. Yeah, I don't have any questions. Your
Thank
treasurer,
you, through Chair. How was the career, they may ask?
It was really good, actually. And I'm sure that, Deputy Mayor Carroll will speak to this during the, update portion as well for himself, but, it was really good. The students seemed super receptive and it was less scary than I anticipated. Although they didn't tell us at the end, they were gonna have us all stand to do a panel at this, on the stage where everyone could ask questions. So that was fun. But I do think that, they got a lot of really valuable information, and a lot of valuable messaging that's not specific to any career. So I think it went really well and I'd be happy to participate in anything like that in the future.
Well, thank you for sharing.
And I hope they come back.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, so, okay, so Emmanuel.
Sorry, I just have one question regarding that career date. What was the age group that, did you have the grade 10 class?
Yes, so, it was, the actual invitation said that it was grade 9, 10, but I do know at my tables, there were also 11, 12 students. Okay, so it was 8 to 12.
So I was specifically asking because we'd like to see some student counts, like a student counselor next year. Was there any discussion around that? I was curious about.
I could speak to it after.
Great, thank you.
Thing, unless you want to answer it, Jen.
I didn't speak to that. I figured because we had a member of council, you would do the governance portion and
Thank
I would
you.
do the staff side, so.
Any other questions for the clerk tonight? Oh, Mayor Cheryl, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask the same question to Jen, how that went. I'm excited to hear that you were put on a panel. That's great exposure. And, taking questions off the fly, that's always a good learning experience. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Oh, there's one thing I forgot to add to my report that I'm just thinking of now. So I had mentioned last meeting that I finished my program. Yay. I don't remember if I mentioned, so I'm going to say now, that they did reach out to me about sitting on the committee that helps govern that program as an expert advisor. So I've got all of that done and I will be sitting on the committee that helps make sure the program stays successful.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Wonderful. Yes, very good. Okay, thank you, Jen. Any other questions for the clerk tonight? And being none, then we'll move on to the Public Works Manager Department report.
Yeah, one thing that, Third Avenue project's gonna begin next week. We're expecting temporary water lines, traffic disruptions next week. I'm starting to move forward.
Nice. Very good. How long do you expect the work to be taking?
Maybe we should be done by the end of August.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Any other questions, Drago?
Yeah, to follow up on that, the public will be fully informed of the start of the project, the length of the project, because initially there was some confusion, in my opinion, and people were not sure when it starts, when it finishes, is it maybe work on the weekend? So just a thought on that issue.
There's a notification coming to the town hall here to be on tomorrow, so.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pete, you had a question?
Through you, Chair. Pavement there, is that also supposed to be done by the end of August, or are they gonna? Yeah,
That's on this call.
they'll be able to pack it enough that it should be,
The same.
the experts could.
And Mayor Ford has a question.
Oh, Mayor Ford, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna pivot towards the hot box. I see that we're waiting for the hot box delivery. Do we have a date of when that will be delivered?
I can speak to that. I just this week provided them with all the information they needed to get it plated. So we don't have an actual date, but I'm expecting it to be fairly soon.
Okay, a follow-up to that then.
It's ready. It's ready to come. They're just waiting to get a plate on it.
Okay, great. And just a follow up to that then. So if it is delayed for any reason, do we have a plan B for our potholes?
Thing is always, you put that cold patch in there. They have cold patch on hand.
Okay, thank you.
As soon as they're able to start patching, we'll be patching. Temperatures against us still.
Thank you, Dwayne.
May I
Thank
add
you.
one thing? May I add one
Yes,
thing? I just wanted to add to Dwayne's report, sorry, that we've had two independent contractors now come visit the site at the arena, the potential building site, and start thinking about a design to submit to council. So as soon as I have the RFP, they've already visited, they made the effort to come to Hornepayne and visit the site.
Nice.
So two separate contractors, so.
can you tell me which contractors?
No. No, I don't know that, I don't know that they want it made public yet.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for any of the departmental reports? No? Okay, all in favor then? It'd be carried. Next is correspondence, action items. C, Hickey Safety Day event. Did everybody have a chance to read it? Any questions? Go ahead, Dragon.
Yeah, I fully support this venture. My only question is to Chantel, does she have a rain date? And if it's raining, would it require the inside of the arena? That's my question.
You've done that before, right? Use the inside of the end?
Not that group, but another group. Those are two questions that I
That's
have.
a good question. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Peter.
I'm with Drago on this, their council Stefanik, and I'm 100% for it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, Mayor Ford, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm totally for it, and I would actually suggest a friendly amendment that we offer the arena service for the arena facility for the rain date. If they so need it, and they don't have to come back to council for that. And we'll have to pick someone that could speak on behalf. I will not be available.
Okay. That's speaking at the event, Cheryl?
That's been requested, yeah, to speak at the Safety Day event on behalf of the township.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so if,
I'm just gonna take a quick moment to amend the motion.
oh, yes.
So we're also in agreement to close Tower Road.
I
Yeah,
think that's the,
good, yeah.
yes.
That's per letter.
Perfect. And we need the representative from the township.
I would suggest a deputy mayor, if he has a vote.
I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
If I may, Mr. Chair, ask a question about notification.
Yes, please go ahead.
So will the residents that live in that area get some sort of notification that that road will be closed during those times?
I will ensure that they do.
Okay, great.
Would there be signs put up somewhere on the road so people know? Perfect.
If you would like, Deputy Mayor, I can read it out with the amendments once you have the mover and seconder.
Sure. Sounds good. Can I have a mover and a seconder? Moved by Drago, second by Belinda.
Whereas Chantel Hickey has requested permission to host a safety day event on Friday, May 29th, 2026 in the municipal arena parking lot. And whereas the event is intended to promote safety awareness for children and families in the community with participation anticipated from Little Obi, the CN Train, the Fire Department, and the Ontario Provincial Police. And whereas Ms. Hickey has requested that the arena parking lot be provided as an in-kind donation for the day in order to help reduce event costs and allow the event to be offered to the community at no charge. And whereas Ms. Hickey has also requested permission for the temporary closure of Tower Road from the first arena entrance on Echo Medina Avenue to the second entrance on East Medina Avenue in order to allow Little Obi to safely operate and provide rides for children attending the event. And whereas Ms. Hickey has invited a representative of the township to provide opening remarks at the event. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Hornepayne does hereby authorize an in-kind donation of the arena parking lot at a cost of $171.66, including HST, or in the event of inclement weather, the arena concrete pad at a cost of $714.13, including HST, to Ms. Hickey for the Safety Day event to be expensed from council donations to organizations. Be it further resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Hornepayne does hereby authorize the temporary closure of Tower Road from the first arena entrance on Echo Medina Avenue to the second entrance on East Medina Avenue for the purpose of the Safety Day event, subject to any required operational safety and emergency access arrangements. Be it finally resolved that Deputy Mayor John Perrow shall speak at the Safety Day event on behalf of the township.
Thank you, Jen. All in favor? Carried. 8.2 Ontario Clean Water Agency, OCWA 2025 permit to take water report. Did everyone have a chance to review the document? Is there any questions? None? Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Belinda, second by Heath. Be it resolved that council does hereby acknowledge the receipt of the 2025 permit to take water report for the Township of Hornepayne as prepared by the Ontario Clean Water Agency. All in favor? Carried. Next is correspondence, information only. Sorry. Do I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Drago, second by Belinda. Be it resolved, the council does hereby acknowledge receipt of the correspondence information only package attached to the agenda of the regular meeting of council held on Thursday, May 14th, 2026. Everybody review the documents? Have any questions on any of them? Grego, please.
Yeah, to your chair, to Manuela, will the administration staff, any member participate in the Public Awareness Day?
I will ask either Shanna or Bonnie if they're interested in participating. Normally Shanna.
Yeah, historically, I would have been part of it. Historically, been always part of it.
Yes.
It added to the
Yeah.
event. Thank you.
Did you have a question, Pete?
No, I'm good.
Oh, sorry.
I was just
Oh.
curious, have you heard anything more on the Nords Fund? How it works or,
Nothing yet.
okay.
Oh, Mayor Ford, did you have a question?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Lorraine Stefanik for running Public Awareness Day for so many years. And I was glad to see the letter that it has been picked up because I know it's a day that lots of people utilize. And so I want to thank Katie Bucknell and Darnell Lewis for partnering together to make that still happen. And I was going to ask further if we were going to participate. So I thank Councillor Stefanik for that question.
Thank you. We need to, we don't have a resolution to.
We already read it.
No.
So all in favor.
Okay. Thank you. All in favor? Carried. You didn't write it on the page here. That's okay.
It's in the post-it note, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Committee board updates, committee board and, committee and board meeting updates. Can I have a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Drago, second by Belinda. Be it resolved that council does hereby acknowledge receipt of the committee and board meeting minutes attached to the agenda of the regular meeting of council held on Thursday, May 14th, 2026. Lagoma District Services Administration Board meeting minutes, February 12th, 2026. All in favor? Carried. Next, we have council committee updates. Any, Grego, do you have
Yeah,
any
a couple.
updates? Okay.
If I may. FCIPP, Francophone Community Immigration Pilot Program, we meet virtually in June. It's also noteworthy that the coordinator of that, Stephen DeFore, will be at May 22nd Public Awareness Day. We touch base to present it to the citizens as well as businesses to be hands-on. It's a prime time for him to promote that program, as I mentioned to Belinda. So I'm glad he's coming to the program, and I have a library board meeting in person next month. I came back from Phenom conference late this afternoon. It's one of the most productive conferences in 12 years that I attended. I took copious notes. I have a full rewritten report of that, and I highlight all the stuff. The highlight was with Minister Lisa Thompson. There was only 60 of us in our group. We had a breakout groups. She actually, and I told her, and I was serious, that is the best engagement by the minister of any time in 12 years I've been part. She sat at our table, 8-10 minutes, discussed our issues, ideas. Then her top person that's assistant to her sat there for most of the meeting. That lasted approximately, I would say 3 hours and 45 minutes. Great sharing. They took notes. They will follow up with the committee members. And I sat with the delegation from Hearst, Matais, Valcote, Valrita, Apasatica, and all the things community that actually were similar to us. Overall, as I told to Minister Thumb, that was one of the best phenoms I ever attended. It was really long day, started 8:30 in the morning and finished about 5:15. The reason for that was there was a lot of speakers that spoke, but they were not on the agenda.
Mhm.
You can leave it at that, but overall it was informative. It was solid. Good questions asked by the delegation, and one of the best ones I attended. Was worthwhile. My report will be ready in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. Linda, do you have any updates for us?
We had an LCC meeting this week. There's a few things that came out of that meeting. We are being audited this year. It's from 2017 to now. And the person who's doing the audit, I'd like to pass on the information about her and to maybe put some information on our website here, because she's looking for input from our community, and it's part of the audit, so
Sorry, Belinda, can I?
Yeah.
When you say there's an audit this year, are you meaning the LCC is being audited or the forest?
Well, both, isn't it? It's part of it.
It's all part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just,
So I'll pass on that information, so maybe we can do something like that, and more information on what it's about. One thing I did bring up, there's a couple of things I brought up. The LCC is, they're looking for some input on what kind of things we can talk about going forward. one thing I did bring up was because of all the emergency preparedness I am seeing at conferences, at special events, that kind of thing. I thought it might be nice if someone gave us, educated us more on what we can do to protect our town. So putting up a barrier. And when I say that, it's something that the community has to be educated on why we're doing that and where it has to go and why. So I know First Resource, our management next door to us, they have, a presentation that maybe they can bring forward on that to get us started on all of us thinking about that, because it is a big thing. And, I also brought up, I would like to know more about, our trails around here. Can they be classified, not classified? If they're classified, can we get funding for that? That kind of thing, because I brought up on, and someone else mentioned it too, Wawa just got up signage and everything within their small town, and apparently their map is quite nice. I haven't checked it out yet, but I thought it was something we can look at. And that's about it for now.
Okay, thank you, Belinda. Councilor Pate, do you have anything? Not at this moment, okay. Thank you. For me, I did attend the Careers Day event at the high school, along with Jen on, when was it, May 11th? We did grade 8 to 12 students were there. There was about 40 students altogether and 8 adults or coaches or whatever you want to call them. We had a wonderful time. People from the community were paramedics. We had people representation from public health, the hospital, township, both of us, and Hornepayne Lumber, which was myself. It was good. It was very casual, and it was more of a conversation than it was just telling the kids what's going on. They were back and forth. Really good. Some of them had really good questions. A lot of them were interested and really, we got some good feedback. And while I was there, I did mention that there may be an opportunity to get involved later on this fall, or we'll see what happens, and kind of what we talked about last meeting there. So there seemed to be some interest in it, at least a few that I talked to about that. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. And yeah, Laura Wells, I think, was the one I led it. She emailed me after and told me the kids just loved it. So I think it's worthy of going back again next year, being a part of it.
Right on.
Okay. Thank you, and that's it for me. Oh, did you have a question, Mayor?
Oh, no.
No, okay. All right.
I
if
don't
that's
have
it-
a question, but do you want me to get an update on the committee roundtable?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm sitting in this chair. I got so used to being at the end here. No, go ahead.
I just want to flag that we've had quite a few meetings in the background for moving forward the facility that we're currently investigating, the waste to resource. I recommend highly that we do have a public consultation and that we book something so that before we get too far ahead, the community knows more about the project. And still very hopeful at my end on seeing this come to fruition for our community. One other thing that I want to suggest during that, if we're going to have a public consultation and open discussion about projects, it might be wise to get the NWMO framework out and have a look at that next meeting and start talks about the application process for next year. for the new secondary repository that the NWMO will be putting forward. Currently, right now, they have the process. You can engage in the process. We have been talking to NWMO about coming to our community, so we should solidify that date so that they do come. And I know White River has already had a presentation, and that's done through a public consultation as well. So we could partner all those things together and have one great meeting. I think the community would like it. And just further that, I will be unavailable now I will be actually on vacation for the next 3 weeks. So I leave all of that good news to you, Deputy Mayor. And yeah, so I'll join back on the June 11th meeting. I will be virtual that night, so you'll have to chair that meeting, but I will be back for that meeting.
Very good. Question, Memo?
I'm just looking for some possible dates for that public consultation meeting. So we don't need to confirm that tonight, but if people could share their schedules with me in an email, like if you're going to be away for certain times, to give me those times that you're away through email, so that we don't schedule, then I think would be important for all of council to be here.
Yes, for sure. Just to let you know too, we should reach out to NWMO Tim Weber, see when he's available, and then the
Yeah.
waste to resource people as well, and try and organize that all together. I think it would be a great presentation all around. It's for the community.
I had a couple meetings with the waste to resource people today. We did talk about having a public consultation meeting, and they were looking for some dates. So if council will share their availability with me, and I will reach out tomorrow then to Tim Weber.
Very good. Did you have a question, Jen?
Councillor Stefanik.
Well, it's Councillor Stefanik.
Yeah, what month are you looking at, please?
The sooner the better.
Thank
So
you.
June would be probably ideal, but
Okay, thank you.
My question.
Your question, Jen?
Mayor Fort, you mentioned having the NWMO framework for the next meeting. Did you want that to be for the June meeting because you're not here for the next meeting, or you want it for the next meeting?
It can be discussed at the next meeting. And we can put it on in June as well. Gives council an idea of what was proposed at that time. If I could have it emailed to me, that would be great, Jen. Just for dates, I'm available anytime after June 22nd for a public consultation. And I'm available right till July the 17th.
Okay.
Then I start traveling again.
Okay.
Okay,
I-
thank you.
I just want to add, when you were setting up this presentation, June is when all the graduations happen.
That is correct.
True. And
And that'll
Fine.
interfere with everything.
So perhaps early to mid-July.
Okay,
when do we have restricted acts period? Starts August.
21st at the earliest.
Graduations usually happen on the weekend, like Thursday,
No.
Friday, or are they
I
Monday?
know.
no.
They're weekday evenings a lot of the time.
Well, I'm sure we could work it out.
Might be able to reach out to the school and see if they have them scheduled.
Yeah, just a note on the graduations. Yes, could we reach out? Are there awards that we usually give out as well? I'd need to know the dates for that. Please, thank you.
Would you be able to email us that NWMO framework thing,
Yep.
all of us?
I can absolutely do that.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I may too, just a question on that. Is the framework available on our website? Because it is a public facing document.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
We can add it.
Yeah, we can add it if it's not. It's not on our actual website. It might be attached to previous agenda, so it might be searchable on there one.
Okay, and it probably isn't. I know we had some documents couldn't go on the website because they weren't accessible. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Are we talking about the Hornepayne decision framework? Or the NWMO?
I believe so. I'm not sure exactly what it was titled. It would have been,
It's essentially like summary, what we know, what we don't know.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was called.
yes.
21 pages. It is, so it's not on our website, but it is if you go to our Civic Web portal, our agenda portal, in the top left-hand corner. If you search NWMO framework, it does come up as the first or second option. But I will email it to everybody. But I just want it to be known publicly. It is accessible online. You just have to search for it. But I will send that out right now as well.
Okay, thank you. Did you have a question, Drago?
Yeah, a comment about the meeting, because I like to get things done in my agenda. Once you find out the date of school graduation, if you get back to mayor and council, then we could nail a date down. And obviously another question is if the Legion is available. I mean, that's the other question as well.
Yeah.
So that once, and we know what the mayors, they're not available, so this way, once graduations come in play, we can make a decision, sooner the better. Thank you.
That is all the updates for tonight. Could move on to new and other business.
There isn't any. That's my bad.
Yeah. Next is bylaws. Bylaw number 2205-26 to 2026 tax ratios. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Pete, second by Belinda. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2205-26, being a bylaw to establish the tax ratios for the corporation of the Township of Hornepayne for the year 2026, be hereby read a first and a second time and considered to be read a third time and finally passed. All in favor? Carried. Next is bylaw number 2206-26, 2026 tax rates. Is this the one I just read?
Yeah, that was ratios.
Oh, yeah. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Belinda, second by Drago. No, I just lost which one I'm on.
12.2.
12.2, sorry. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2206-26, being a bylaw to establish a point in time cutoff for all property classes and to fix the rates of taxation for all property classes for the year 2026. Be hereby read a first and a second time and be considered read a third time and finally passed. All in favor? Carried. Bylaw number 2207-26, 2026 water and sewer rates. Oh, can I have a move? Yeah. Do I need a mover and seconder for all these?
Yes.
Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Drago, second by Peter. Okay, be it resolved that bylaw number 2207-26, being a bylaw to set the water and sewer rates for the Township of Hornepayne for the year 2026, be hereby read a first and a second time and be considered read a third time and finally passed. All in favor? Carried. Next, we have bylaw number 2208-26, comprehensive user fees and service charge. Be it resolved that that's okay. Do I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Peter, second by Belinda. Okay, so bylaw number, I'm gonna read it again. Bylaw number 2208-26, comprehensive user fees and service charge. Be it resolved that the bylaw number 2208-26, being a bylaw to establish comprehensive user fees and service charges, be hereby read a first and a second time and considered to be read a third time and finally passed. All in favor? Carried. Oh. Motions and notices of motions.
None were received.
None received. Closed session, we're gonna move into a closed session. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Belinda, second by Peter. Be it resolved that the next portion of the meeting at 6:46 PM be closed to the public in order to discuss a trade secret or scientific, technical, commercial, or financial information that belongs to the municipality or local board and monetary value or potential monetary value, and a position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipality or local board pursuant to sections 239, 2JK of the Municipal Act 2001. All in favor? Carried. Do I read that?
We are back. You can announce it and then I can speak to it.
Okay, return to open council. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Moved by Peter, second by Belinda. Be it resolved that council of the corporation of the Township of Hornepayne does hereby return to open council at 7:30 PM. All in favor? Carried. Business arising from closed session.
Want me to-
Yes, take care of.
In closed, there was a question asked, about the progress of the arena project. That is, public, so the CAO will respond to that now.
Okay, so I had a meeting with the CFO and the Public Works Manager and JL Richards earlier. They had proposed 11-week timeline and for them to design a new RFP to go to tender. I rejected that idea because their original recommendation was to go to a designer, contractor design build model. So as the name suggests, contractor design and build. There's been two contractors that have since then come to Hornepayne to look at the site and to put some thought into what they could do with it. And I will be drawing up an RFP in probably hopefully by the end of next week, and meeting with JL Richards shortly after that with a decision as to how to move forward, how that would look. And because I'm not sure that we need more than contractors, architects, and engineers at that point, especially since they're driven by the Ontario Building Code. And I mean, the end result is we need one architecture's approval and we need one engineering approval, right? We don't need several firms and to pay several firms. So I'm just preparing that RFP to go out with our minimum requirements. So a library with a seniors area in it and a children's area and a fitness center with washrooms and showers and a small warming area, because if we're going to build a new facility, we should have the ability to have it as part of our warming areas in emergencies. With a small little kitchenette with the seniors area, not a full kitchen, just a fridge and not even a stove, but just somewhere to plug in some appliances like a coffee pot, microwave, a crock pot to keep soup warm, and just basic, I think an entrance at each end of the building, because the proposed site is a separate building standalone across from the current arena entranceway just next to the driveway. So it'll be longer, very rectangular, long and narrow. So an entrance way for the library furthest away from the curling rink, and an entrance way for the fitness center closest to the curling rink, because it would make sense to have those fitness type facilities close by and the library at the other end of the building. So, and the library will take a little more space, I believe, than the fitness facility, because there are 400 users of the library as opposed to 60 users of the fitness center. And plus it would be the warming space area. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm hoping the RFP will be ready to go in the next week to week and a half, and get some answers back with hopefully a build starting in midsummer.
Okay. Any other questions on that, or can we close? Okay, we'll adjourn this meeting. Can I have a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Peter, second by Belinda. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2209-26 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council at the regular meeting held on Thursday, May 14th, 2026 be read a first time and a second time and be considered read a third time and finally passed. All in favor? Carried. We'll adjourn meeting now. Can I have a mover and a seconder? Moved by Drago, second by Peter. Be it resolved, the council does hereby adjourn its regular meeting of council held on Thursday, May 14th, 2026 at 7:35 PM. All in favor? Carried.